all 24. And we get to watch Juwan Johnson. He comes in fourth in the NFL in receiving yardage. It's the Saints and the...
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Here we go.
Now Fields going to throw on the first play. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Here we go.
Fields now to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Here's a first carry for Khalil Herbert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Now Fields. Got a man and he hits him in stride. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to have a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it?
There he goes left side. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Throwing to start the drive. Hunter. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. He gets it complete to A.T. Perry. Third down and 1. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he is going to have a Saints first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Over the middle, complete. It's Perry. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And this This will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The numbers a week ago for Johnson. 7 catches for an even 100 yards. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line.
And in doing preparation for the game, you notice where guys rank in the league in terms of statistical categories. He's 4th in the league in receiving yards. That caught my attention in a positive way.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
With his height, that's exactly where you want to put it for him. But even that throw was a little tall to connect for the touchdown.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Operating from the gun. Hunter to the goal line, but it's incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. Back to throw. Hunter. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A.T. Perry, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Saints respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. A point after, good by Groupie. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 66 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. Herbert powering up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. You look at this Saints defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively, because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
This is taken at the 15. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
To throw on second down, Hunter.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. We'll get this up to about the 44. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. They run it again with Kamara. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
This offense converted once already. In here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. From the 50, here's Fields. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marquise Bell. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Tried to create a little bit of that hocus-pocus with some magic. But the defense, not impressed at all. They don't lose contain on this very dangerous runner, and they get a big stop.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. Throwing to start the drive. Hunter on the out route. This is Adams with a catch. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hunter. And that one complete downfield to Johnson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Throwing on 1st down. Hunter. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. This 2nd and 4. Passing route catch made by Johnson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Saints at 11-2 now, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 12-yard line. Into the hands of Perry, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. Back to throw again. His pass caught at the 4. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Saints! Cooper Kupp with career touchdown number 60. And the Saints have taken the lead. Groupie able to add the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Starting on the ground with Herbert. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the gun, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This defense for the Saints, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first down, right back to Herbert to the 36-yard line. Stop there. You look at the Saints defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Fields. They'll set up the screen for Herbert. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Herbert. at the 25. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. They'll run here with Herbert. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The New Orleans offense set to take over. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
To throw on second down, Hunter. That'll be caught. It's caught. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hunter. Going up top for Kupp. That is incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
On second down, Kamara. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. This now a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Hunter. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just... A handoff for Herbert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Here's Fields. And Cooks has it over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Hunter. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 26-yard line.
Looking to throw. Hunter. Caught on the right side by Adams. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hunter connecting with Cup here on the out route. And he goes out right around the 39. Now 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Hunter. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Back to throw. Hunter. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nifty move. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Looking to throw. Hunter. Wide open receiver, complete. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
10-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Hunter. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Now Herbert to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on third down, Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. On fourth down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over first and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Looking to throw on second down. Hunter. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with...
Here's a give to Herbert, and a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 1 yard to go on third down. Now it's Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Bears are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on third and 2. And they've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run. It's Herbert. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. Out of the gun, Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Brandon Cooks scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. Muscles by at the 25. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys. Through this patch, we need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. To throw on second down. Hunter. Johnson's got it complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing on third and long. Hunter looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to down. So on fourth down, on is Lou Hedley to punt for New Orleans. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Brandon, I'm reflecting back to one of our conversations earlier this week when
first down throw. Fields. Cooks on the quick slant.
nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big.
Touchdown! DJ Moore as the first half is winding down, and the Bears will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Hunter. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So 4th down coming up. What do you expect?
They've gone for it time after time. They haven't punted yet. I don't know what's right anymore.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before break. Hunter. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. We welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Saints. A.T. Perry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. A point after, good by Groupie. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Fields now to throw. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. They try the left side with Johnson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Hand off right side for Herbert. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And They did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. A shotgun snap, Fields. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Throwing to start the drive. Hunter flushed out right. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And
he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 54 yards. On 1st down, Hunter.
Not wasting time, going right back to DK Metcalf.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw again.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Blake Groupie now for the Saints field goal.
From the left hash, should be a fairly... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Pass is caught for a 1st, but he's looking for more.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise.
And the Saints go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Groupie able to add the PAT.
And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
And now Chicago getting ready to go.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Now a deep ball here hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I'll bet there's a big grid. What we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon. You're up on a receiver. It looks like you're going to bump and run it.
Following the fumble recovery, Hunter. And this is caught. Touchdown. DK Metcalf, 39 yards. And the Saints take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Chicago offense. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Fields. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Fields on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Herbert. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll run with Herbert. The 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 61 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll go again with Herbert. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Play action. It's Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To throw is Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. from 3 yards out. And the Bears have broken the tie. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. And I know that... On 1st and 10, Hunter, and that's complete to Adams. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Operating from the gun, Hunter over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Leonard Fournette, 50 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The point after, goodbye groupie. And it will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Justin Fields back to the field with his Bears offense. He continues to just torch this defense. Perfect on the last drive, including his 4th touchdown pass of the game.
Similar to hitters that are in that great zone in baseball, and they say the...
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Up to the 20.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's Fields. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Back to throw, Fields. He'll fire deep, looking for more. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bears have broken the tie. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little...
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team, because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. And quickly, they get to the line. looking to throw on second down. Hunter, he'll find Metcalf. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go for Adams. And this is caught. Touchdown, Saints. Devontae Adams with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. Able to add the PAT, and that will tie our game here in the third. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. We switch the attention now to Khalil Herbert as this offense. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. Herbert powering up the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. That is caught by Herbert. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been terrific so far. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And to the 43. So down inside. On 1st down, Fields. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. Pick up there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. On 1st down, it's Fields. And Cooks has it over the middle. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
This is Herbert. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Second down, they go back to Herbert. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Now it's Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Brandon Cooks with career touchdown number 70. And the Bears have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. Down the right sideline. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, New Orleans. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And no alley to be found. He's solid, and he's dropped. We switch the attack. Herbert as this offense comes out for their next drive. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Fields now to throw. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Now a first down throw. Fields. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. Here's Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
On play action, Fields. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Jonathan Allen drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
To throw on 2nd down. Hunter. He hits Adams, complete. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hunter, complete. It's Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. And they're going to speed things up here.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw again. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Bears will get the football back.
The Bears offense ready to get going again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set them back on 2nd.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Fields.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Throwing on 1st down. Hunter.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, Hunter.
Back to Kamara for another catch.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Hunter. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That would
would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Off the play fake. Hunter, he'll buy some time right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. A first down carry for Henry. He'll get this down to the 38. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. The Bears' 38-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll roll him out right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Inside handoff, Henry. Oh, what a move. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. And a point after, good by Group. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
They'll set up the screen for Herbert. And he'll get this to the 20. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hunter. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Henry running right. Down to the 42, 2nd down. Again, it's Henry. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. 4th 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Off play action. Hunter. Little short pass here to Hill. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Now a 2nd and 10. Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Got it inside the 10. Still not a first yet. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Fields. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Here comes 2nd down. Now Fields. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And that 2 points you would think should end any thoughts here of a possible comeback.
Yeah, they had a long field ahead of them anyway, but now 2 scores down, you can just about chalk this one up for lost.
And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we get to watch Juwan Johnson. He comes in fourth in the NFL in receiving yardage. It's the Saints and the Bucks, just ahead on EA Sports.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go from Tampa. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4 quarterback.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally, kept the ball clean, and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White, and he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. The numbers for White a week ago, 18 carries, 63 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he gets it up past the 35. They stay on the ground with White. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. And you look at this Saints defense, it's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down at 7. They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Levante David make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Throwing to start the drive. Hunter under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They try to set up the bubble screen here. It's complete. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 13 carries, 91 yards.
One thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Hunter. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. Kamara up the middle. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Hunter. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling.
On second down, they'll run with White, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. You look at the Saints defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Off the bootleg, Hunter. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Off play action, Hunter. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on, because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Little short pass here to Hill, and he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. He'll drop to throw. Evans has it left side. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. And the Buccaneers are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Here we go now on first and goal. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, that's caught by Woods. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
White will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So a good job there, Charles. Here coming up. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Off the play fake. Hunter. He gets it complete to A.T. Perry. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Back to throw. Hunter. Little short pass here to Hill. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. In motion right, one of the tight ends. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Kamara will get down close to the goal line, but not in, and as he'll be marked down at the 1. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense can miss too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. A quick throw caught by Evans out wide.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. Able to get the 3rd down conversion. They run straight ahead here with White.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, this defense for the Saints, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did with it.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Saints.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you all closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A give. This is Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Hunter gets this one to Hill. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7-7, our score after 1. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4, running with Kamara. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. Dennis Allen, he makes a call, and his offense stays put. They're going to go for it. Back to throw. Hunter. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for Buccaneer TD. So they go on 4th. Point attempt to come here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
Think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. He's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? On 1st and 10, Hunter. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and a return across midfield into the 46. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's taken down here by the Saints. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Oh, that's...
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Off play action, Hunter. Into the hands of Perry, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. Hunter. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Again, it's Kamara. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Off the play fake, Hunter. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Bucs are going to get the football here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Back to throw. Hunter. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Throwing on first down. Hunter. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. On the ground, Kamara. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Off play action. Hunter. That is caught by Johnson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he gets a yard down to about the 1. They'll run it with Kamara. Well, they hit him in the backfield and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Looking to throw. Hunter. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A.T. Perry with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Saints go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Groupie able to add the PAT, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Quick throw, finding Mike Evans. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 1. They will run with White out of the shotgun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good kick, 49 yards. Just 3 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job. And Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets
It's a tie. Defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
Perry on the move to the right. To throw on second down. Hunter. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. A gain of 3, second down. Off the play fake. Hunter. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Perry on the move to the right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll. On first down, Hunter. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth. Up by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And a fast footwork by White. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. Now a give up the middle. This is White, and running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 5. They'll go up the middle with White, able to slither by. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards there, and a Buccaneer first down.
I think I like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They go right back to White here on first down. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much... They'll run for it. This is White. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try and move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Off play action. Hunter going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
gets it to Perry. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They run. It's Kamara. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Boy, a curious decision. On 1st and 10, Hunter on target over the middle to Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing on 1st down. Hunter going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That one tipped and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield straight. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Hunter steps away. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Back to throw. Hunter. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. Kamara up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Off the bootleg. Hunter. His throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Kamara is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. So how about the season, Charles, that he continues to put together? That's now 25 rushing touchdowns on the year. That's getting into some very rarefied territory.
Yeah, it made you and I do a little extra homework prior to this one in anticipation because that one moves him past John Riggins with 24. He draws even with Emmitt Smith at 25 in 1995. Next up, Priest Holmes and Sean Alexander with 27. And the guy on top, LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, the Hall of Famer, he had 28 in 2006.
The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. There's a short one taken in by Otten. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll look to throw here. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. This one good for a 1st down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. On play action, they'll throw. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. On first down, Hunter. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And now they're in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on second down. Hunter. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A give. This is Kamara. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. Off play action. Hunter. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now. And how about this, a fake? And this is caught. And he will be out of bounds well shy of the marker. So that's a turnover on downs. Great job defensively. So a definite surprise there. They try. They start the drive with White. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
On second down, they'll run with White. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside. They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And quickly, they get to the line.
questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now.
But now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And they get the first. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They run with Perry. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Off play action. Hunter. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th intercept. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Bucs will take up. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Gets it out quick. It's Gage on the slant. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2. Quick throw caught by Godwin. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you can. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting.
This is Perry. Shifts by him. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 134 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints have taken a 4th quarter lead. And a point after, good by Groupie. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen?
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marquise Bell in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Back to throw. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Hunter. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Off the bootleg. Hunter. Into the hands of Perry, complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 30. Looking to throw. Hunter. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Back to throw. Hunter. And that's going to be incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover. Play fake. Hunter. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
On the ground, Kamara fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Off play action. Hunter. Blitz coming. Play fake. Hunter going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down, and this is going to wind up being not just a conversion, but a play that flips the field as well. And his throw here is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Perry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A.T. Perry, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. So that, Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
At the 24-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Evans has it left side. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with second and a couple. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jonathan Allen picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's 3rd and 7.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans. And he's got this down to the 35. On first down, he'll drop to throw. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down. They'll go up the middle with White, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Right now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fighting his way through contact. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Saints. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They'll come out to start the drive. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second and 1. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down again. Brian Brzee in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Here we go. This is 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. Looking to throw. Hunter. Over the middle. That's caught by Adams. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He completes it. They've got a first down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A.T. Perry taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Saints extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. This feels like something we'd see more commonly, CD, in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up successful.
Yeah, partner, I think you think it's less likely to find running space to the edge down here close to the end zone where things are so condensed. But a lot of times you end up focusing on the running backs, and they're able to slip it to the receiver, and it resulted in a touchdown.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Okay, break. Ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Back to throw here. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game with great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Going across the formation, there's Otten with it. going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll look to throw again. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh?